Chaitanya Nanda Jayadvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jagat Mangala Advaita Mangala Gunadham Mangala Charitra Sada Mangala Jaranam. So, in today's session, we will describe the transcendental treasure trove of the divine glories of Sri Advaita Acharya, his appearance, some of his sweet pastimes, and then we will conclude the session with a very meaningful prayer to Sri Advaita Acharya. And we'll begin with the benefits we derive by listening to the glories of this divine personalities. Should we do Om again? Later. Falastuti? Okay. So the falastuti of hearing this pastimes of Advaita Acharya is, it is said in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita that anyone who hears about and glorifies Sri Advaita Acharya becomes glorified himself or herself, for such activities frees one from all kinds of misfortune. So today we will become fortunate. And then it goes on to say, all glories to the supremely merciful Advaita Acharya. Whoever takes shelter of his lotus feet will obtain the greatest gift of Sri Gaura Prema.
So we all know that, there are scriptures that we know about this Bhagavad Gita. Then there is the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is dialogue between Shukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, which describes all the incarnations and it describes about Krishna's pastimes. Then there is another scripture called Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which describes the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. So Lord Chaitanya, we will understand who he is in a little while. But these pastimes happened just 500 years ago. So just a few hundred years ago. So that's why we are going to now Lord Chaitanya's pastimes and his associates. We always refer them from the Shastra known as Chaitanya Charitamrita. The writer of Chaitanya Charitamrita is a personality known as Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the Adi Leela, in chapter 6, very beautifully, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes that Mahavishnu Jagat Karta Maya Jai Shriti Akha Tasyavadara Evayam Advaita Acharya Ishvaraha, which means Sri Advaita is the incarnation of Mahavishnu himself. He is the incarnation of Mahavishnu and he creates the cosmic world through the actions of Maya. So he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Mahavishnu, is the supreme personality of Godhead. He goes on to explain also that one of the names of Advaita Acharya is Mangala, very auspicious. So it is said that he is a reservoir of all auspiciousness and he gives auspiciousness to the entire world. Anyone who says Advaita, he is blessed with becoming auspicious. So his characteristics, activities, and name are very, very, very auspicious.
So the verse that we chanted earlier, Jagat Mangala Advaita, everyone please repeat. Jagat Mangala Advaita, Mangala Gunadham, Mangala Charitra Sada,
Mangala Charitra Sada,
Mangala Jarana.
Mangala Jarana.
It means that being a reservoir of all auspicious attributes, Sri Advaita Acharya is all auspicious for the world. His characteristics, activities, and name are all ways auspicious. So Mangala means auspicious. sub mangal ho. Everything becomes auspicious. That was his name. That is his name. Everything happens good. So,
Then
and
what are the benefits of listening to the glories of Advaita Acharya? I mean, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, what do we get when we listen to his glories? It is said that anyone who hears the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya, they become glorified themselves. उनकी महिमा गाएंगे, हम लोगों को महिमान्वित हो जाएंगे. That is the beauty of Advaita Acharya. Whoever takes shelter at his lotus feet will attain Gaura Prem, Lord Chaitanya's love.
so before we go forward, we'll pray to all the deities and then we'll go forward. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
So, which was the appearance year? We are celebrating Appearance Day, so we should know when he appeared. It is said that he appeared in the year 1434. So 500 and how many years would that be?
सबसे पूछो.
9.
9.
No,
511.
9.
9, हाँ, 9. हाँ, correct.
509 or 600?
So
14.
1434. So 500 will be 1934. 600 will be 2034. So 600 minus 9. So 591.
591.
Yes.
591 years ago. And his parents are known as Kubera Pandit and Nabha Devi. And he was born in Bangladesh, in a place called Novogram. And it is said, as we were explaining, that he is the incarnation of Mahavishnu. It is said that actually he is a combination of not just Mahavishnu, there's also Sadashiv in him. So we'll explain that in a little while. So it is said in the Bhakti Ratnakar, before we go to that, shall we just see this? Would any of you like to read this? Who is who? You know, we in Krishna's pastime, we see who is, and then who comes in Gaura Leela. So in Krishna Leela, one who is Radha Krishna, you know, combined is Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is the one in the center. Okay. Lord Nityananda in Krishna Leela is Balaram. Advaita Acharya, as we said, is Sadashiv and Mahavishnu. Gadadhar Prabhu is Srimati Radharani. And Srivas Thakur is Narada Muni. Okay, so we have our Panchatattva deities. So this is how they are coming in Krishna Leela, and the same personalities come in Sri Gaura Leela. Gaura Leela means Lord Chaitanya is also known as Gauranga, because Krishna himself, Krishna's color is black, but Srimati Radharani's color is gold. She's golden color.
Actually, Krishna's color is actual color is resembles black in the material world, but it's Megha Sham,
Neeli Megha.
Neeli Megha Sham, which means when it's about to rain, it has not rained. The color of the cloud, which is full of water,
Violet.
something like that.
Bluish black.
It's not black, but it's not blue as well.
But it's laid back.
Yeah.
No.
So Neeli Megha Sham, that is the color of, that is the closest that you can describe the color of Krishna.
And Srimati Radharani is golden. So Krishna, in order to understand the mood of his own devotee, like Krishna is God, right? So he wants to know that how someone can love me so much. So that is why he actually took on the mood and the complexion of Srimati Radharani, and he appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya. So that is why it is said that Lord Chaitanya's one more name is Gaura Anga. His Anga is Gaura. Gaura means gold. So that's why he is known as Gaura.
So in Sri Bhakti Ratnakar, it is said that the parents of Advaita Acharya, their name was uh, Nabha Devi and Kubera Pandit. And they, in 1434, he appeared in Nabagram. Nabagram, which means 9 villages, but Nabagram, it is currently in Bangladesh. At that time, it was part of Bengal and India in the 15th century. And when Sri Kubera Pandit came to the maternity ward
Room.
or the room, it said that the sun was so illustrious and effulgent that his own face started reflecting that effulgence. So that is the newborn son. His own face was like that. And then uh, everyone was very, very congratulatory to him, to his father. And Sri Advaita Acharya, he was in this world for 125 years after his birth. So he disappeared after 125 years. So when did he disappear? 1434 plus 100, 1534 plus 25. 1559 is when he disappeared. So Advaita Acharya, he is actually considered to be an incarnation of Mahavishnu. So we know Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, right? Now, actually, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is explained there are 3 Vishnus.
Hmm.
One is Mahavishnu, one is Garbhodakshai Vishnu, one is Kshirodakshai Vishnu. So Mahavishnu, he lies on the Karanodak ocean, and from his pores, this is the universal thing explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. From his pores, many universes come out.
Each of his
Like,
pores.
and many bubbles come out. Those bubbles are universes. So Mahavishnu is so huge. And they come out when he breathes out. Then when he breathes in, all those universes come back. So we are actually living in one breath of Vishnu right now. And our life is like a bubble in front of the breath of Vishnu even. Now in each, like हमारा पसीना निकलता है, we sweat from the pores, right? So it's like the bubble coming out. That bubble has water in it, which is an ocean, actually. And on that ocean, Mahavishnu expands as Garbhodakshai Vishnu in each of those bubbles, where we have seen images of Vishnu lying on Sheshnag and Lakshmi Devi. That is Garbhodakshai Vishnu. And from his navel, comes a huge lotus flower, lotus stem. On top of that is the flower. That's where Brahma appears. So that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Brahma is sitting on the lotus flower coming from the navel of Vishnu, who is in the Sheshashaya, with on the Garbhodak ocean, which is a sweat of Mahavishnu, right?
Imagine how huge
And
Mahavishnu
then
is.
this Garbhodakshai Vishnu, he expands himself as into each and every atom in the universe and the space between the atom as well. That is Kshirodakshai Vishnu. That is the Paramatma within the heart. We say Paramatma, right? That Paramatma is in the heart of every living being. That is Kshirodakshai Vishnu. He is of the uh, size of a thumb, like that. So you can see from the macro to the micro how Vishnu is maintaining. He's the maintainer. How he's maintaining this. So um, Advaita Acharya is an incarnation of Mahavishnu.
Big Vishnu, gigantic. So as we were explaining that Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. Now who is Sadashiva? Sadashiva, we have Lord Shiva here in this material world. So Sadashiv is actually in the eternal form of Lord Shiva, who is residing in Vaikuntha planets. That is the form in which he resides with his 5 heads. That is Sadashiva. The very special personality. He's an expansion of Lord Sankarshan, again, who is an expansion of Mahavishnu. So, but these two are the combinations of Sri Advaita Acharya. Then we need to understand then after this, one of the reasons, now we know that Lord Chaitanya, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he appeared in 1486. So Advaita Acharya was already there. You can see he was an old man by that time already. And because Advaita Acharya saw, he was actually the leader of the Vaishnavas. He was in Navadvip in Mayapur in West Bengal. He saw the fallen condition of the people in Kali Yuga. And he was very depressed that, what will happen to these people? How will they be delivered? If the Supreme Lord does not come, I mean, Krishna, he came in Dwapar Yuga. This is just the beginning of Kali Yuga. And look at the state. If Krishna doesn't come, what will happen? So every day, sitting like this on the banks of the river Ganges, Sri Advaita Acharya would worship his Shalagram Shila with Tulasi Manjari and Ganga water. And he would cry out, it is said Hunkara, he would cry out to the Supreme Lord that please come and deliver these people. So it is said that listening to the loving cries of Sri Advaita Acharya, it is said that Sri Radha and Krishna, they were in Goloka Vrindavan, they are in Goloka Vrindavan. They heard his cries and they could not stay any longer over there. So they descended, combining themselves as Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And that is why one of the names, another name of Advaita Acharya is Gaur Ana Thakur, means Jo Gaur ko leke aaye. Jo Thakur, matlab Acharya, Gaur ko leke aaye, means Gaur Ana Thakur. So very sweet name of Sri Advaita Acharya.
And he came because of his cry of compassion. So we may wonder, why is he praying for us? I mean, we are doing fine. I mean, what's wrong with us? But actually, from the perspective of a pure devotee who is experiencing the mellows of love of Krishna within his heart, when from his perspective, he's so happy in whatever situation he is, he's happy because he has found the happiness within. from that perspective, when he sees others, that they are sometimes happy with external things, sometimes they are suffering, most of the times they are suffering, and they don't know there is that treasure of love within their own hearts. And even if I tell them, they're just not realizing it. So from that perspective, he he's we are suffering and we think we are happy, but actually from their level we are suffering, because we are, if we don't have material things, we are suffering. If we have material things, we are anxious how to maintain it. Someone will take it, something will happen, this will happen, that will happen, this insurance, that insurance, go do this, do that. And someone who has actually realized the love of God within himself, not just intellectually but experiencing that, he's just, please help them. Only you can help them. You can help them realize that true Krishna prema within their heart. So he worshipped his Shaligram Shila, and he didn't like cry out Krishna. He didn't do anything like that. He was, he very, with intensity, he just offered two tulsi leaves to Shaligram and Ganga water. And today in Sri Mayapur Dham, that place is still there. They built a temple around it. That place where on the banks of Ganga he actually prayed to that Shaligram Shila.
You'll see that in a while.
And he prayed not with loud voice, but with such intensity, please. And seeing that compassion, Krishna was pulled.
Attract.
Like he's like, my devotee is calling me, I have to come. So Gaur Ana Thakur.
So it is said that, last time, remember, we were talking about, is it important to make guru? He is the supreme personality of Godhead, Param Purush Bhagavan. Does he need guru? Yes. To teach everyone, to set an example. So therefore, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, he accepted initiation, became the disciple of Srila Madhavendra Puri. Srila Madhavendra Puri Pad is a very, very elevated personality in our Sampradaya.
So I was hearing this lecture from Srila Prabhupada, and he said, taking a guru, it's not a fashion. Nowadays, it has become a fashion. Oh, I have a guru. But one should take a guru only if we are really sincere about spiritual life. Otherwise, just for fashion, just to tell others, I have a guru, he's so famous, and I am that disciple. So we are just trying to be famous in the name of the guru. We are really not since so unless we are really sincere, the disciple should have some qualification to approach the guru. Then you accept the guru. So Sri Madhavendra Puri, when Kubera Pandit and Nabha Devi, his parents, disappeared, he had gone to Gaya for doing the Pinddan. Pinddan in Gaya mein karte hain. So there, after that, he went on a pilgrimage to all the holy places in India. And that's where, in one of the places, he met Sri Madhavendra Puri. It is said that we should go to the holy places, to the holy dham, not just as a tourist. Oh, we have come here, we are seeing everything so nice. We saw, now let's go. But actually to meet devotees there, people there, get association of, of the Dhamvasis. That should be the main purpose of going there, because they have so much secrets that they can reveal, which we cannot understand just by going to the, log Vrindavan जाते हैं, बांके बिहारी जी के मंदिर, इस्कॉन कृष्ण बलराम मंदिर, इधर just go, देख लिया, चलो, निकलो, अगला अपना पानी पूरी खाओ, ये खाओ, लस्सी पियो, निकलो, वापस. But it has to be, we should go and meet the devotees there and develop relationship with them. That's what he did. And that's where he met his spiritual master, Srila Madhavendra Puri.
And Madhavendra Puri was such a great personality, such a wonderful devotee, that when he was in Vrindavan, Krishna personally, as you can see in this picture, Krishna personally came and gave him a pot of buttermilk. This is how great a personality Madhavendra Puripad is. So again, so when Advaita Acharya, as Prabhu was mentioning, when he was touring, all the pilgrimages, he took initiation from Madhavendra Puri, and then Advaita Acharya came to Vrindavan. And he spent some days in Vrindavan. And when he came to Vrindavan, he actually discovered this particular deity known as Madan Mohan. Now, who is Madan Mohan? It is said that, the great grandson of Krishna was the great
Hare Krishna.
grandson of Krishna is King Vajranabha. So, King Vajranabha, he actually had, his grandmother had seen Krishna personally, right? So he's like the great grandson of Krishna himself. So his grandmother, who had seen Krishna, Vajranabh told his grandmother, I will make some deities who look just like Krishna. I want to do that. It's my responsibility to mankind.
You can sit here.
So please
Sit
sit,
on this.
please sit. So So then King Vajranabha, it is said that he made some deities. So after making one deity, the first deity he made was this deity of Madan Mohan. In Dwapar Yuga, this is by the way, this in Dwapar Yuga, he made this deity of Madan Mohan. So when his grandmother saw, she said, so he confirmed, does this deity look like Krishna? You've seen him. Tell me, does he look like Krishna? And she said, well, his lotus feet looks exactly like Krishna. So Hari Charan, Krishna's lotus feet looks exactly like Madan Mohan deity. Okay. Then he made another deity, Shri Govinda Devji. And Govinda Dev, he came and asked his grandmother, does this deity look like Krishna? Tell me. So then she said, well, the chest of this deity looks exactly like Krishna. He said, okay, I'm not giving up. So he made another deity. And then he came and said, Grandma, tell me, does this deity look like Krishna? So seeing this deity, his grandmother, put, the ghungat, her pallu, like this out of shine, out of respect, because she said that the face resembles exactly like Krishna. So this is Madan Mohan, Govinda, and Gopinath. So then of course Madan Mohan ji was established at that time, but again the worship went away, the deity was gone away, it was somewhere. But when Advaita Acharya came to Vrindavan, at that time Madan Mohan, it is said that by the intense desire of Advaita Acharya's intense loving devotion of his heart, it is said that Madan Mohan just appeared in front of him like this. So Madan Mohan came to Advaita Acharya. He manifested again in Kali Yuga. And then Advaita Acharya, he is a Bengali man. I mean, he had to come back to West Bengal. He was not going to stay in Vrindavan. So he worshipped as long as he was there in Vrindavan. Then Advaita Acharya gave the worship of Madan Mohanji to a Brahmana, very simple Brahmana in Mathura. His name was Chaubeji. So Chaubeji was worshipping Madan Mohan, that please, he said, I have to go back to Bengal. So please worship this Madan Gopal deity, Madan Mohan deity. So Chaubeji said, no problem. And Advaita Acharya was very, very friendly, with this Chaubeji. So, but when he was leaving Madan Mohan, Advaita Acharya was crying. He couldn't bear the separation of Madan Mohan deity. So then Madan Mohan spoke to Advaita Acharya, said that you carry me in your heart and go back to Bengal. And once you reach Bengal, once you reach the place where you stay in Shantipur, I will come out from your heart and I will manifest as Madan Gopal. So this is the deity that came from the heart of Sri Advaita Acharya in Bengal when he came back to Bengal. So Madan Mohan traveled in his heart and manifested in Bengal as Madan Gopal. So Madan Gopal deity is very, very sweet, as you can see. He is, we can even till today take his darshan. Very beautiful deity who manifested in front of, from the heart of Advaita Acharya. So, okay.
So Advaita Acharya, he declares Chaitanya Dasamui, Chaitanya Das, Chaitanya Dasamui, Tara Dasera Das. He says, I'm a servant of Lord Chaitanya. I am a servant of Lord Chaitanya. 3 times, I am a servant of Lord Chaitanya and a servant of his servants.
Now, can you imagine? He is Mahavishnu, right? How Mahavishnu is saying that I'm servant of Krishna, like this. And that too, Radha Krishna combined is Lord Chaitanya, right? But this is the mood of devotees. That he's not just saying that I'm the servant of Lord Chaitanya, but he's saying that I'm the servant of the servants of the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. This is the humility of a Vaishnava. Vaishnavas, devotees of the Lord are known for their humility, their humble behavior, their sweet behavior. So that's the one quality that really attracts and captivates people around everywhere.
This is the difference between material consciousness and spiritual consciousness. Material consciousness is, I want to be the boss of the boss of the boss. I want to be the master. Why I should be servant? I should be master. Why I should serve you? You should serve me. And the more people serve us, that's our goal, higher position, to be the boss of the boss of the boss. In spiritual consciousness, we want to be the das of the das of the das, not boss of the boss. Even if we have a position of a boss, we will still serve them. We may manage them, but still as a service to them, not as a, like maybe we are taking care of our children. They are dependent on us. But then we take care of them as a service, not as a, oh, you are younger than me, so you have to follow, you must follow. No, with love, we are serving them. And similarly, children should also uh, take care of the parents and serve them, not say, ki, oh, who are you to tell me what is what? So if in the material consciousness, there is competition of who will be the boss, who will be the master. In spiritual consciousness, there is a competition amongst devotees and God, that who will be the more servant of the servant. Even Krishna with his devotees, with non-devotees, with atheists and others, he deals differently. But with his devotees, he likes to be the servant of his devotees. He likes to serve his devotees. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. God does not want to say, you are my servant. You better obey me. You better touch my lotus feet. That's not the mood. The devotee comes, I want to touch. And then what Krishna did to Sudama? He bathed his lotus feet. He serves his devotees. And so it is said, if someone says that I am a servant, Krishna says, if someone says I'm a servant of Krishna, he's not my servant. If someone says I'm the servant of the servants of Krishna, then he's my true servant. Because many times we glorify God, but devotees who are in the consciousness of Krishna, we don't glorify them. But Krishna is more pleased when we glorify his devotees than if we glorify him directly. He doesn't need glorification. I mean, if we glorify it, we are benefited, of course, but he is the supreme personality. He doesn't have to really atheist. You don't believe in me, fine, but death will come. Krishna will come in different ways. But if we glorify, like, uh, uh, if we want to please the president, for example, then if we have to go directly to him, we have to go through so much channels. But somehow, if you can make his child happy, or save the child, or do something for the child, immediately you'll have a connection. So you glorify the president, fine, he's not so impressed. But if you glorify or take care of his child, you get immediate access. So, like that, the devotees, if you glorify immediately, who is this glorifying? You're glorifying Krishna, okay, yeah, very good. But you're glorifying my devotee, then you get special attention. Like that.
Very good. So let us, take darshan of the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya. So, we were saying that, remember, we said Sadashiva. We said Advaita Acharya is a combination of Sadashiva. So it is said that Sadashiva in the Vrajadham in Vrindavan, he manifests as Gopeshwar Mahadev. Okay. Gopeshwar Mahadev, he is in the mood of a gopi. But he is Mahadev, Shiva Shambhu. Okay. So there's a very sweet pastime that how did Lord Shiva become Gopeshwar? How did he become a gopi? So it is said that one day Lord Shiva, he came to Lalita Sakhi, the senior most of the gopis of Krishna. So he came to her and said, Lalita, I want to enter into the rasa dance of Krishna. So, I want to come. Please help me. So then Lalita said, oh, okay, no problem. Let me take you to Srimati Radharani. She will give permission. So then she took Lord Shiva. And then Srimati Radharani said, oh, yes, yes. Jai Param Vaishnav Shiva Shambhu. You are welcome. But you can't come as a Purusha. Purusha is only Krishna. Krishna is the only Purusha. We are all Prakriti. We are all being enjoyed by Krishna. So you are ready to give up your Purusha? So he said, yes, yes, whatever it takes, I am ready to do. So then Srimati Radharani told Lalita Sakhi that take him to Man Sarovar. There is a Man Sarovar in Vrindavan, not the one in Kailash, not the one in the Himalayas. There's a Man Sarovar in Vrindavan. So she said, you take him there, let him take 3 dips and see the magic. So Lalita took Lord Shiva and he took 3 dips. And then he came like this. Such a cute gopi, and Krishna himself said, oh, who is this cute little gopi who has come? And then, immediately she came out as a small gopi, as you can see here in this picture. Small, cute little gopi, and even all the gopis and Srimati Radharani, Krishna himself, they were all so happy to see little, Gopeshwar. So Krishna said, this is Gopeshwar Mahadev. And then immediately in front of everyone, became, in her youth, and she appeared as Gopeshwar Mahadev. So this is how Lord Shiva serves Shri Radha Krishna and the gopis in Vrindavan, and that is an expansion of, Sadashiv is coming as Gopeshwar Mahadev, and as, so this is how he manifests as Gopeshwar Mahadev in Vrindavan, serving Shri Radha and Krishna. So, and okay. So we come here to one pastime.
So one time, there was a Western devotee in 1990s, actually. this devotee of ISKCON, he was a Western devotee. He went to Shantipur. Shantipur is the place of appearance of, sorry, the place where Advaita Acharya would live, stay.
His
He
home.
appeared in Novogram in Bangladesh, but he would live in West Bengal, in Mayapur. And so there is a temple there where his house was and everything. So one Western devotee came to take darshan of Advaita Acharya. And so the pujari there of the temple, he said, how is this Western devotees coming here? I mean, and not one or two, so many are coming, and you are like the seventh or eighth devotee that I'm seeing that has coming here. So he said, oh, I'm a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, who came to the West and he preached. And he said, oh, is his name Abhay Charan? He said, yes. So then this pujari of Shantipur, of Advaita Acharya's house, which is turned into a temple,
This is the pujari.
uh, he said that in 1950s, Srila Prabhupada, before he came to the West in 1965. So 1950s, before he came, he used to come here and he would sit and pray for a long time. Then one day in 1965, he came and he was praying very intensely, chanting very intensely in the temple. And so the pujari came and gave him prasad and said, so he said, Pujari said, I know you have been coming. Who are you? Why you're praying so intensely? He said, oh, my name is Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami. And my Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he has ordered me to take the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of Bhagavad Gita to the Western and spread it in the English language. And he gave me this instruction in 1922. And that time I was a householder. I could not do it. Now I have taken sannyas. And I'm just thinking, how do I go there? I don't have any money. I don't have any followers. What do I do? So that's why I'm praying that Advaita Acharya can empower me to use me as his instrument to spread the holy names of Krishna, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So please, tomorrow I'm going on a cargo ship from Calcutta to Boston. He went on a cargo ship
Called Jaladuta.
called Jaladuta. Now, this Jaladuta ship has become very famous in ISKCON because Srila Prabhupada. But at that time, it was not even a passenger ship. He didn't even have a ticket. He was sponsored by Sumati Morarji, who was the owner of the ship, because he kind of was very obstinate. I have to go. I want to go. My Guru Maharaj has said. And the owner of the ship, Sumati Morarji, she was saying, you are so old. You're 69 years old. I can send you, but then you'll go to Boston. It's very cold. You'll die there. Then it'll all come on me. So he said, no, whatever it is, he sat on the steps. So he said, okay, I will sponsor you. But it's a cargo ship. So there is no passengers there. There'll be crew will be there and there'll be all big cargo. He said, fine, that's fine. I just want to go. So he went the day previously, he came to Advaita Acharya's to take blessings from him. And then he went to the West and he came here. He established ISKCON.
So when he was traveling on board the Jaladuta, it is, explained in that book I was telling you last week about, Your Ever Well-Wisher. In that book, it is explained that Srila Prabhupada suffered 2 heart attacks while on that ship. And Srila Prabhupada thought that if a third one comes, I'm surely going to go. I cannot survive it. But then somehow that night he had a dream that all the incarnations of the Supreme Lord and the Acharyas, his Guru Maharaj, everyone was rowing the Jaladuta. And he knew that Krishna is going to be there with him. He is with him and giving Srila Prabhupada the strength to go forward. And after that, the journey on Jaladuta became so smooth. It was, the ride on the Pacific, it It was never such a smooth sail before. So, it was all, Krishna personally taking charge like this. Imagine, 69-year-old man, you know. And when we come to the US, we know that who is going to come and receive us, where we are going to go. Srila Prabhupada, when he got down the stairs of Jaladuta, when the ship docked at Boston Harbor, Srila Prabhupada didn't know whether he has to go left or right. He came to the immigration line, he was standing like this. No one, he did not know anybody. And then Srila Prabhupada just somehow, just depending on Krishna's mercy, he just was alone for practically one entire year. He struggled, giving classes at yoga studios and different other places, just going around, in just trying to preach. And then when he came to New York, he would come to this tree at Tompkins Square Park and he would chant the Hare Krishna mantra standing under this tree. So a few years ago, when my parents visited, we visited this place. That same tree, it is now known as the Hare Krishna tree. The city of New York has given that, placard. It's called as the Hare Krishna tree. It's very, very famous. So, and then right next to it, Srila Prabhupada has the Matchless Gifts. It's a small temple, the first small, it's a storefront basically. It's still right now also owned by ISKCON. So it is right there on 26 Second Avenue in New York. And Srila Prabhupada would have his programs just like we are having like this. But we are having weekly. Srila Prabhupada would have it 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday classes. Every week, he would do. So like this, Srila Prabhupada, struggled and struggled. And one by one, Krishna started sending him sincere souls. And imagine Westerners getting turned and their hearts getting transformed, to accept Krishna consciousness, to take initiation, to give up all bad habits. Isn't this a miracle? How Srila Prabhupada even, transformed the heart of George Harrison, from Apple, from Beatles. So this is George Harrison and his good wife meeting Srila Prabhupada. This is their farm community in their farm. They have like a huge, it's the Harrison property. It's outside of London. And he donated that to Srila Prabhupada. It is called today as the Bhakti Vedanta Manor. Beautiful temple. So like this, Srila Prabhupada at that age, in 12 years, he traveled the globe 14 times. He wrote more than 35 books. He traveled to places like Russia also to give Krishna consciousness. He established gurukuls with Western kids. He established farm communities. And he made the verdict, the prediction of Lord Chaitanya come true. Lord Chaitanya said that in every town and village of the world, my name will be chanted. And Srila Prabhupada was that personality who fulfilled this prediction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that empowerment, how did Srila Prabhupada get? It was by the mercy of Sri Advaita Acharya. Because of the intense prayer that Srila Prabhupada made to Advaita Acharya in Shantipur, this is how Sri Advaita Acharya reciprocated Mangala. He made Srila Prabhupada's sincere desire to fulfill the instructions of his guru, no selfish interest, just selfless, what he wanted to do for the people of the world. So this is how we can understand the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya and Srila Prabhupada. So we'll conclude by the prayer. In the prayer.
So please repeat after me. We can pray to Sri Advaita Acharya today. My dear Lord,
My dear Lord,
I am overly puffed up
I'm already locked up
of my birth,
of my birth,
qualities,
qualities,
and other unnecessary things
and other unnecessary things
that are in connection
that are in connection
with this temporary body of mine.
with this temporary body of mine.
Kindly be merciful upon me
Kindly be merciful upon me
and purify my false ego.
and purify my false ego.
Allow me to develop
Allow me to develop
my true ego,
my true ego,
which is
which is
that I am the eternal servant
that I am the eternal servant
of my spiritual master,
of my spiritual master,
meant to be used
meant to be
as
used
an instrument
as an instrument
in his hands
in his hands
in any way
in any way
he feels best,
he feels best.
and engage me
Engage me
in the most glorious mission
in the most glorious mission
of your Lord and Master,
of your Lord and Master,
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Sri Advaita Acharya ki jai.
Jai.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Jai,
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai,
Ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So any questions, comments, realizations, reflections?
I have a question.
Yes.
Like if he was born actually, then what's the difference between born and appearance?
Hmm. See, in that sense, Krishna was also, he was, we say that, in Mathura, in the Karagar, he was
But
born.
that was a root of Vishnu.
Correct, correct. So even Advaita Acharya Prabhu, although it's not that he was conceived in the way normal human beings are conceived, he actually appeared in the mind of his father, Kubera Pandit. Then from the mind of his father, he was transferred to the mind of his mother, Nabhadevi. And from there, he entered her womb. And when it was time for her delivery, it's not that he, normal process of birth, he just appeared. So that is why it is said appeared.
So the day is same.
Day is same, but the appearance was just like that. He came as a baby, but he didn't come as the normal birthing process. He just appeared from the womb.
Good question.
So we have a question over Zoom. Hari Prasad Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Tanvat Pranam Mataji Prabhuji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Just want to share my comments, Mataji. So I don't have much questions. So thank you so much for arranging this session and including me in this session. Valuable. And the meaning you said, like it is more auspicious, Mangala. So that is one thing. And Gaurana Thakur. So we have our spiritual master with the name with Advaita Kalasudha Mataji and Advaita Chandradas Prabhuji. So we feel auspicious, like being a disciple of you both. So thank you so much for accepting that
Yeah, we
first.
are just your servants. We are trying to help you towards your spiritual journey. That's all.
And very gloriously explained, Prabhuji. So very slow and neat, able to register. It is very neat and good presentation. The PPTs and everything good. I thought that you were going to explain about Advaita Acharya pastimes, like in Mahaprabhu Leela, and then etc. etc. But you took it the other way around. So how he was empowered Srila Prabhupada. It's very glorious. Very glorious. Yes, the present world we need to understand how Srila Prabhupada is glorious, and then what is his mood, and he is serving to his master, and then to do that he needs an empowerment. So we need to inculcate that mood, right now, Prabhuji Mataji. We need to serve our guru, serve Krishna, and as a servant of a servant of a servant. So that is very good. And then two things you said, na Prabhuji: spiritual consciousness and material consciousness. Material consciousness, like basanu basanu bas. Spiritual consciousness, dasana dasana das. So we would like to imbibe that mode, dasana dasana das. And you very beautifully said, like Krishna doesn't like I'm the devotee of Krishna. If you say I'm a devotee of Kalasudha Mataji and Advaita Chandra Prabhu, right?
No, Srila Prabhupada of
of
all
our
the other
gurus.
great devotees. Yes.
No, servant of servant of servant. You also servant now. So we have to say
So
like that,
we are
right?
your servants.
Just want to add that one, and you show me the picture of that recently the tree right now where Prabhupada has done the job. I mean Kirtan, right? Tamskan Square Park. So that is very wonderful. And another name also is like Gaura Anand Thakur. So that is also wonderful. So two names, and I thought initially you said like Falastati. So we usually we will say at the end of Prabhuji, Mataji, right?
We
The very
started
first
with the
thing.
Phalastati this time.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a different way, different way. So we can make people to sit and understand. So this is a benediction. Please listen. So that will be very curious to understand, right? So we were understanding the mindset of everyone like us. So it's very, very. Thank you for that. I should say thank you. No other words for beyond that. And we'll meet on Monday as well, Mataji Prabhuji. Please
Yes,
give your association always, please,
yes.
monthly ones also,
We will
please.
speak on Lord Nityananda, and that will be
Yes,
about
Prabhuji.
specific pastimes of Lord Nityananda.
Yeah, yeah. And sure, once happy Ekadasi wishes also here to start. So
Yes,
thank you so much,
yes. Hare
Prabhuji
Krishna.
Mataji.
Thank you.
Right
Thank
now.
you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Satyadharma
And
Prabhu.
PPT was Kalasudha's making, so
Ah,
all glories
Hari
to
Bol. Hari
him.
Bol.
So beautiful pictures.
thank you. Satyadharma Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam onto your lotus feet. All goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Srila Guru Maharaj. So I would say it's very good presentation, very nice lecture. Actually, Radha and myself were disappointed, Mataji, because tomorrow is Mangal Arati in our house. So we thought that we were missing the session. But when we saw like this morning at 15 minutes before the class starting, we saw this message, then we felt very happy. Then immediately we were like discussing, Radha and myself, that we are very fortunate to get association with you, Mataji. So to add up what Hari Prasad Prabhu said, so I will be a devotee of Hari Prasad Prabhu. Because dasanu dasanu dasa, right? So I would be a dasanu servant of Hariprasad Prabhu. That way, like will be connected. Mataji, I have one question, Mataji. Actually, you were mentioning that from Radha Madan Mohan, from Madan Mohan. So when Krishna's grandson carved the deity, right? So from Madan Mohan, we saw like from lotus feet when he saw when it is like lotus feet of Krishna, then Govindji is the heart of Krishna and face is Gopinathji. So whatever deities we see in Vrindavan, those are the real deities, Mataji, or
Madan Mohan, right now, the original Madan Mohan is in Karoli near Jaipur, and Govinda and Gopinath are in Jaipur.
oh,
Original
okay,
ones.
Because the Mughals came from Agra, Aurangzeb and his armies came to destroy all the deities in Vrindavan because Agra is very near Vrindavan. He saw the
mm-hmm.
temple, Radha Govinda temple, he destroyed that. So all the devotees, they secretly moved the deities to Rajasthan, different places in Rajasthan, where the Rajput kings were there. They said, bring the
Mm-hmm.
deities here, we will protect them. The Mughals will not be able to come there. So that's why the original deities are now in Jaipur and Karoli in Rajasthan area, whereas there are replica deities in Vrindavan in the temple.
Okay,
So
okay,
Govinda
thank.
and Gopinath are in Jaipur, and Madan Mohan is like around, I think, 4 hours from Jaipur is Karoli. So that's where Madan Mohan is.
Oh, okay, okay, thank you. And Mataji, Advaita Prabhu, given his deity like Madana Mohan to Chobeji, and you mentioned that he carried in his heart Madan Mohan, and when he came back to Bengal, it manifested as Madan Gopal. So is Madan Gopal is same as Tota
No,
Gopinathji, or it's different?
he is in Shantipur. Madan Gopal is in Shantipur.
Um,
Yes. He is in Bengal.
Is he
Okay.
Nilambar Chakravarti's?
No, no, that is.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Mataji. That's all from my side. And how are you feeling, Mataji and Prabhuji? I think last week you were suffering with cold, Mataji. Are you recovered, Mataji?
So, going good.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
how are you, Prabhuji? I think you were like kneeling down, like backside. You were feeling some back pain or something, Prabhuji? Or
Yeah, old age. It's just normal, no problem.
okay.
Yes.
Please take care, both of you, Prabhuji and Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you for your association. Please bless us that we will be always in your service. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Radha, you have a question?
Yes, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Actually, as my Prabhu told, we were like disappointed, Mataji, tomorrow that we could not attend the class. But luckily today we had a class and we did not miss it.
But
Thank you
this
so much for
the
that.
class on Lord Nityananda will be India time on Monday morning.
Yes, Mataji. Monday morning is
Nityananda
Sunday
Jayant.
evening for us.
No, Sunday night, our time, US time, Monday morning, India time.
So it's on Monday morning, not Sunday morning.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think we didn't check the timing or date. Mataji, sorry for it. Okay, Mataji, actually, I have a question.
Yes,
Mataji, is Sadashiva different and Shiva different?
yes. As we were
Okay.
explaining that Sadashiv is the eternal form of Lord Shiva in the spiritual world.
Mhm. Okay, so then Brahma, what Brahma we in the middle of the eyebrows, that is normal Shiva.
He comes out from Rudra Shiva, from this Shiva in the material world.
Okay, okay. So Mataji, from Shankarshana, Sadashiva comes out, right?
Yes, the original one in the spiritual world from Sankarshan. Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, Mataji, thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Mataji and
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Thank you so much. Okay, so we will end our session here. Thank you all so much for your association. We look forward to seeing all of you again on Monday morning, India time, Sunday evening, US time. Thank you so much. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.